Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is S. Anthony Thomas. This is the S. Anthony Thomas Show, and as promised, I am back, baby. And you know what I wanted to talk to you guys about this time? I have a theory that every single human being has a secret supervillain trapped inside them. I'm telling you, this may sound weird to you because this is just the intro, but if you listen to the episode, you will agree with me. I'm telling you, there's a secret supervillain trapped within all of us. Why should I talk about it in the intro? Listen to the episode. Are you ready to hear this thing? Of course you are. Let's do it. Hello, everybody. Hello, how are you doing? You know what, folks? I want to try out a theory of mine. A lot of times I have theories about people, about human beings, about situations. They're my personal theories. I share them with no one. But you know what? I've known you guys for a while, for my original podcast for about 7 years almost, on this one for almost about a year. So I'm going to start trying out some of my personal theories, and I want to find out if you agree with me. Now, my personal theory is we all have a supervillain trapped within us. All of us, they're there. You know, you watch those movies and you see people, comic books are really big right now and video games are really big right now. And people talk about supervillains. They talk about Venom, the symbiote that takes over the man. They talk about Thanos and all this crap. You know what I'm talking about. The supervillains, right? You go to the movie for the heroes, but you also go to the movie for the supervillain. Because if the supervillain is a punk, what good is it going to see the movie? You wouldn't go to a movie where Spider-Man is facing a guy who has a bad back. What kind of movie would that be? Short and lame. You wouldn't want to do that. But if Spider-Man's going up against the Venom, oh, now we got to fight. Correct? If Superman is going against a guy who was having a drinking problem and he's sitting in a bar and he can barely get off the stool, how long would that movie be? A nanosecond. You'd get some popcorn in your mouth and why are the credits rolling? Are these the opening credits? What? These are the closing credits. What the heck is that? Oh no. But if somebody from his home planet with equal powers fights with him, oh yeah. Which means even though the movie is named after the hero, the person driving you to go see the movie is the villain, because the villain has to be someone who can actually beat the hero. Well, in your life, you're the hero, and that part of yourself that is evil is the supervillain. But unlike the movie, the supervillain's on the outside. In real life, the supervillain is on the inside of you. Right? Let me tell you a little mini story. I'm going to the supermarket and I see a couple in front of me. They seem like a happy couple. You know, there's a line between when people are being affectionate where it's like, dude, lady, get a room. Well, they stop short of that line. You weren't uncomfortable, but you just kind of go, okay, apparently those two are getting it on regularly. I get it. You're a couple. I get it. And they're talking to each other in that annoying cadence. And you know the cadence I'm talking about. You can't hear the words, but it sounds something like, girl, okay. That's what it sounds like to us on the outside. To them, it sounds more like, your eyes are like one with the cosmos and the stars, and the sun sets on your smile. Ooh, the river flows, but even the flowing river does not have the power of your touch. Ooh, but once again to us, it sounds like crap. So the couple's in front of me, and part of me is like, you know what, that's beautiful. I haven't had a girlfriend in a little while, and it was really nice to be in that particular position, hugging someone and being annoying to other people who are watching us. But then that's a beautiful thing. I'm not going to hate on them. Just kidding. I'm actually hating on them right now. But back to the story. I'm not going to hate on them. I'm actually hating on them on my podcast right now. Don't judge me. Back to the story. So I'm watching, and then he walks off, right? He goes in with the cart. She says she forgot something in the car. I'm, getting my cart. And then all of a sudden, she picks up the phone, calls her girlfriend, and she's like, yeah, he just went into the store. And you could almost hear the music. Dun, 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 dun. And I'm telling you, that N-word, he better know who he is, because I said he ain't nothing but a Jehoshaphat, just a Jehoshaphat. And if I ever catch him looking at another girl, I'm a he don't even know it. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cancel his phone plan. I broke into his phone. I know his plan. I'm gonna cancel his plan. He ain't even gonna know that I did it. And in addition to that, you know what I'm saying? Know what I did last night? I touched his food. You know what I'm saying? I dropped his on the floor. I was gonna wash it off and just maybe split. I'll make another one, but he made me mad, so I let him eat it. Wow. You were mad at your husband. You broke into his phone. You're setting up just in case you get mad at him again so you can erase his phone and cut off as part of the plan. You dropped his food on the floor and you let him eat it because you're mad at him. That's not the kind of thing normal you would do, but that is the kind of thing supervillain you would do. Yeah. But there's degrees to this, my friend. There's degrees to this, right? We're not talking about somebody that goes off and shoots a bunch of people, burns a bunch of people, blows a bunch of people up. We're talking about the supervillain in normal human beings. And it isn't just adults. It's babies, too. Oh, you think it's not babies? Please. All that energy that a baby has when they're rolling around on the floor in a toy store is the kind of energy, if they were big enough, they would use to drop kick you right through the plate glass window. You can't have that PlayStation. You know, we can't afford that yet. Maybe you can get it for Christmas. Kids flipping out on the floor, but inside that kid's head, you know he's having a fantasy. He's having a fantasy about being 6'5" and a kung fu expert, looking at the both of you and grabbing you both by the collar. Listen, Mom and Dad. Understand something. I wasn't asking you to get me the PlayStation. I was telling you to get the PlayStation because you getting me the PlayStation is the only thing keeping me from drop kicking both your behinds through that plate glass window. Do you understand? I know you're both young parents right now and I'm just a baby. But there's going to be a time around 70 years from now when, even though I'll be old, I'll be 74, but I'll be, by the time I get 74, science will make me like I'm 50. Yeah. And I'm going to be the one that picks the old folks home. Yeah. And I'm going to go and I'm going to check out old folks home, and I'm only going to check out the ones with 1 star or lower. I'm hoping by then they'll come up with something called negative stars, because if they got a place called negative stars, I'm going to take you there. Oh yeah. And I'm going to make it a point to not visit you so much so they'll know it's okay to neglect you. Maybe even treat you real bad because there'll be nobody checking in on you. In fact, if I do check in on you, I'm going to go, hey, nurses who are incompetent. Can I ask you a question? Yes. Are you abusing my parents? No, we're not abusing your parents. If I give you a couple extra $100 a week, will you abuse my parents? Hell, we'll do it for free, but we'll take the money. Fantastic. Don't do anything really bad. I don't hate them. I just want their lives to be miserable. You know what I'm saying? Bring them cold food. Yeah. Don't change them except for maybe once a day. Yeah, that's right. That's what the kids think. And I know you're thinking there's no way in the world a 4-year-old thinks that way. I'm telling you they do. 4-year-olds are evil. They have evil supervillains in them. But what about the babies, you're probably asking? Are the babies like that? You're daggone right. You ever feed your baby, right? You run out of the peaches and you decide it's now time to give him or her the green peas. And that kid's sitting there going, those peaches were fantastic. Well, the kid's a baby. They don't know how to form that thought yet, but they know positively to the green. Oh, those peaches were fantastic. It was great and incredible. That's fantastic. Then you open up the bottle with the green peas and you stick the spoon in there. The kid closes his eyes, has a little smile on his face, anticipating the sweetness of the peaches. Then you put the green beans in his mouth and he goes, ah! You've seen kids spit that crap out. They spit it out in their own clothes. Imagine if someone gave you something you hated so much that you would literally, as an adult, spit the food out on your own clothes. I know what you're thinking. I would never spit food out of my own clothes. Really? Well, what about you put something in your mouth that was so hot that it burned your face? You've actually just spit it out on the plate before, haven't you? And it went on your clothes, right? Because it was too much for you. And it's too much for the kid. The kid's feeling hatred now. You ever seen the kid just look at you? You've seen it online sometimes when you see a baby with an adult look on their face like you. We'll be back right after this short break. And now, back to the show. Mother jumper. You've seen that before. Kids sitting there going, I got this little plastic spoon right here. You don't even realize I'm not big enough to kill you with it, but I can damn sure poke you in the face. Yeah, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to poke you right in the mouth with it. And you're going to be like, ow! And then I'm going to smile and clap my hands like I didn't know what I was doing, like my motor control wouldn't allow me to stab you in the face, Mom. Oh my God, Jimmy stabbed me in the face by accident. And the baby's going, by accident, yeah. Hey, Dad, why don't you come over here and try to give me some of that green crap that I don't like? I feel another accident coming along. Yeah. Everybody has that super evil villain inside them. Everybody has an evil villain inside them. It happens in relationships too. You know what I'm talking about. You've been there. You've been there, like the lady I talked about before, who let her husband's sandwich fall on the floor and ate it and let him eat it, who spied on his phone. I had a girlfriend once was mad at me for something I didn't actually do. She had my car and she smacked it into the curb, right? I was so mad that you had to just come back here and scream. You were so mad at me that you had to come back here and scream. You're damn right. And you. Then she swung at me and hit me in the face. Did it hurt? No. But I do know that if she was big enough and strong enough to kick the crap out of me, she would have done it. She would have smacked me all around that apartment, beat me down, right? And knowing her, she would have trash talk afterwards. You just got your behind whooped by a girl, didn't you? Huh? Why don't you go tell your friends you got your butt beat? Why don't you tell your friends? What you going to tell your friends? She would have done it, but she wasn't big enough. And I looked at her after she punched me in the face. Right? And it didn't even hurt at all. It was just like uncomfortable because I didn't know she had it within her to hit me, especially since I didn't even do the thing I was accused of. She thought I was flirting with someone that, dig this, I had literally never been in physical proximity to that person. Never been close to them. Never physically touched the person. I didn't even know who the person was. As it turned out, there was just some dude who had on similar clothing who happened to be in my neighborhood who was all up on some lady. And I know what you're thinking. This is the part of the joke where you tell us it was really you. No, it was not me. It was just some other black dude who happened to be wearing jeans and a t-shirt, who happened to be in the neighborhood, who happened to be roughly my height. So I'm going, so it never occurred to you that there's more than one 5'8" black guy in this city? I'm the only guy between 5'8" and 5'10" in this city wearing jeans and a t-shirt. Well, you're wearing the same, they described your t-shirt and they described the t-shirt. And what exactly was on the t-shirt? Well, it was a big, yeah. So you mean the t-shirt I'm wearing right now? Yeah. Okay. Do you remember when I told you that I was actually going to be doing a show today? Oh, yeah, you did say something about doing a show. Yes, I did. And I told you what city the show was in too, didn't I? Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I actually did the show. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, what time did your friends see that guy doing that thing? Well, he did it at this time. Really? That's the time? Okay. What time was my show? It was at this particular time. Mm-hmm. What's the travel time from that city to this city? It's about, like 2 hours? Yes. So if I actually was literally performing on the show at the time that I told you, and I was, by the way, I have a recording of it I can show you, I would literally have made a 2-hour trip in 17 minutes. Yeah. You just hit me for something it would be physically impossible for me to do. See, this was a very docile young lady. But because she thought I was with some other, she didn't come to me and go, I heard that you were with another woman and they saw you at this particular time and this particular place. Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to accuse you of anything, but they were adamant about it being you. Just tell me what happened. And I would have said, I was actually in this city. Here's a tape. You know the club. You've been there with me. Here's a tape of the club. You knew what the new jokes what I was going to be doing were, which means you know that these are not the same jokes that I did the night you were there, which means I can show you the tape of me at that club performing the jokes you know I wrote at this particular time, at this particular place. And then I would have popped the tape in. She would have been able to watch the tape and go, oh yeah, okay, so you really were at that place that was several hours away by car and which would made it physically impossible for you to come back here. Yeah. But unfortunately, just like in the beginning of a movie, the evil supervillain within you, within us, the evil supervillain gets the upper hand on the hero. And unfortunately, she had put her hand up on the hero's jaw, the hero being me. And she apologized. But the thing is, now I know that it's within her to hit me if she was upset. And I said, I just realized that I couldn't be in that relationship with her. Because I've been angry enough. I've been so angry where I know if a guy made me that angry, I'm knocking his teeth down his throat. I've been more angry at her, and it never occurred to me to strike her because I don't hit women. I don't hit people in general, but I definitely don't hit women. So I decided I needed to end that relationship because I couldn't accept that. And I ended the relationship. And I know what you're going. You're going, wait a minute, buddy. You're talking about the super secret villain within all these other people. You trying to say that you're above having a secret super villain within yourself? Is that what you're trying to say? You big phony. What about the secret super villain within you? Tell us something about your super secret villain, S. Anthony. You ain't fooling us, punk. What about you? Okay. I did end the relationship. I, of course, didn't let her know I was ending a relationship. I got it on with her about 135 more times, then ended the relationship. I know that was wrong. I mean, that this was younger me. This was like quite a while ago. I would never do that now. If I'm going to end a relationship, I would just end it right now. I can't do this or that. But back then, the super secret villain within me would not allow me to be mean to her. But it would allow me to get it on with her 135 more times and then break up. And I know that's wrong. I know it's wrong. But she punched me in the face. The second she hit me in the jaw, I was like, I can't do this. I can't be in this relationship. But early 20s me was like, I'm mad at her, but I'm not mad enough at her not to jump. Moving on. So folks, listen. Young me had a super secret villain within me who got it on with her 135 more times after in my mind I had already broken up with her. And her super secret villain punched me in the face for a crime that I didn't commit. So I'm speaking from personal experience, but I'm at the point now at 51 years old where my super secret villain knows better than to even step up to me. Every once in a while, the super secret villain with the super villain, the secret super villain within me will step up and go, hey, let's do something. And then I pimp slap him and throw him back in the cage because he's not getting out. Or is he? All right, everybody. Thank you for coming back. Much love to you all. I'll see you again next week. Thank you. Take care of yourselves and much love to you. Bye-bye.